So we have a Canadian stamp making the selection this time, and the most obvious feature is the image of a hand with a string tied to a finger. The old gesture of not to forget something. And the words postal code and code postal are both official languages of English and French being present on the stamp. The value of the stamp is 17 Canadian cents, and there is a marking on it. It's a partial cancellation reading the same text that the stamp itself reads, postal code. Looking it up further online, the year that this stamp was issued was back in 1979. Now the stamp actually comes as a set of two, one being this male hand with the string around the finger, and the other being this female hand with the ribbon around the finger. And it's very clear that the Canadian Postal Service was trying very hard here to communicate a message. That message being, don't forget to use your postal code. And that brings up an interesting discussion. For much of the 20th century, mail was sorted by hand using what is called a pigeonhole message box method. The addresses were read and manually slotted into specific compartments. But as cities and countries get bigger, mail gets more intense, and before you know it, mail sorting becomes a nightmare. Now, the most challenging dimension is translating street addresses into sub-regions of a large city. Postal workers would have to be very knowledgeable about the city's streets, and when World War II came, many of those postal workers left to go fight, and this local knowledge was lost. So in 1963, the United States launches the zip code, standing for Zone Improvement Plan. This 5-digit code was assigned to every address throughout the country and was required for the sender to include it on the address. Now Canada launches their postal code in 1972, but after the launch, only 38% of the country is using the code. That brings us back to the stamp. Both Canada and the United States had stamps and postmarks reminding people to include the postal or zip code on the address. This trend was worldwide, and you can find stamps from Tunisia, France, the Netherlands, and Japan that have this reminder. I mean, what better way to reach you than placing the message on the very envelope that you are addressing? The United States also developed a character named Mr. Zip, a postman cartoon character that made his way onto signs and even commercials to encourage using the zip code.
So if you have any further postal demands, we're gonna leave you in his hands. You know you gotta have a zip code, a zip code.
Thanks for watching everyone. Another stamp, another story. So please hit that subscribe button to see more videos coming soon. Until next time, happy collecting.